will have a field day with that Ling. But what does Luke play? What does he play? So obviously they need both XP and roamers in that last 2 picks. But for RRQ, the only lane they can flex right now is that XP in the jungle. And then again, I'm not a fan of that Fredrin XP.
Yeah, I am a big hater of the Fredrin XP. I've always been. But I think for RRQ, if this is truly utility jungle, if this is truly a Fredrin, they might be setting up for a comfort pick for Tyrant. Benedetta, Paquito.
Choose my own
These 2 big picks. Let's see what they go for. They go for the Arlet.
Arlet.
That can still be flexed, by the way. We did see Bigetron just use that, so definitely doesn't close the window of picking up a Paquito or a Benedetta still, because up against the Ling, maybe you want to try to outplay with the Benedetta.
Benedetta Ling, I feel like it's still a tall order. Trying to outplay the Ling with all that mobility, all that outplay potential. There hasn't been a single pick right here for RRQ that can really stop the Ling in its tracks. Unless they really start getting the ball rolling and really go into the jungle and deny a lot of these purple buffs. Especially with the gold lane as well. Kind of looking even, if this is a Roger gold lane indeed. I don't know, man. It just feels like RRQ needs something more right here for Bigetron though. Block.
And Terizla. Okay, so they end up with a very still tanky last 2 picks. That's good. They were lacking front line still for Bigetron Alpha. I thought they would just go double down on the aggression and go for Jawhead, because that's something we haven't seen a whole lot of. Oh, the big Thermos against the Valentina.
Whoa.
That's a big resource to be giving a comp that wants to dive like this.
Wait, Aurora XP?
EXP lane Aurora.
EXP Aurora?
Oh.
How does this
Oh.
function?
What? Well, you can clear. You can.
But you're squishy.
You can be a bully in the EXP lane, and in this matchup, Terizla, I feel like you can kind of still get away from the big all-in. Now, you can still kind of match, you can kind of stun him in the all-in and all that, but once the penalty zone arrives, if you have no backup, that might be the end of it. They might be attempting to use the Fredrin to just hyper-aggressively gank the lanes. In that sense,
It has to be Arlet XP, right? Like Roam Thermos, no?
yeah, is it gonna be switched again before we get into the Land of Dawn? I guess because Roam Faramis makes a bit more sense.
Yeah.
If we've seen it before,
Or
right
Roam
now I feel
Aurora.
like it isn't
I don't know.
as efficient any longer, but ladies and gentlemen, only time will tell.
We'll take a look at the Land of Dawn.
5 seconds till
As the red
battle.
robots look
Smash them.
to pulverize the Kingdom underbuild. Here we go again at Bigetron Alpha against RRQ Hoshi.
Welcome to Mobile Legends.
Yeah, Arlet, okay. So,
Aurora Roam.
Aurora Rome.
new technology.
The new technology coming in from RRQ. Let's see how this works out, man. Super Ken definitely has the clear advantage here. Sujin, what's the plan here with this Fredrin? We haven't seen it in a long, long time. A lot of people are happy that we don't see it any longer. The idea to maybe harass, have more ways to kind of be annoying to the Grok here? Or is the idea to help with the clear? There's so many unknowns with this combination right here, but not a good look so far, but we'll have to wait and see. Key, not having a great time denying the jungle either though, so as of right now, I gotta say, it seems pretty even. Look at Moreno, definitely looking for a chance to make a play. The man is absolutely active on the map.
Yeah, we can't deny that this Aurora does have that damage, that potential to just poke down the players of Bigetron Alpha, so this might supplement the rotations coming in, the clashes that's gonna happen, the skirmishes, all in the hands of Edok, and you also have that kind of extra CC to layer around Aman under pressure, but he's gonna be fine. He shadows him from behind, so yeah, already the early pressure coming from RRQ with this Aurora in the hands of Edok.
Super Ken though was able to get that EXP crab, I believe. This is a strategy for RRQ. Since you're playing as a roaming squad, make sure that the tanking member is the jungler instead, and now you can use the roamer as a poke machine, as a utility machine that can stay in the back and be a bit more safe. Skylar though, 1v2.
Gonna go for it, now still in the human form. Goes in the Lycan form, gonna dodge away, now Skylar unable to escape still. Super Ken picks up all the blades, but Edok is gonna go for the chase right now. Super Ken might be traded away, but he has the Finch poise. Can Edok get him in range? Defiant blade, Super Ken is out, he's right there, pops in the barrier, Edok flickering forward, finding the kill back, and that's a good trade over. Moreno forcing a Purify in, stealing away the Frigid Glacier, and over to the Turtle they go. Sojin claims it. Who's it worth for?
I think it's still worth it for...
Look at the turret gold.
Oh, I don't know, man. Yeah, the Tart Gold. being the big factor there, I feel like it still might be worth it for Bigetron. They just used so much time to try and catch Supercan. It's only gonna get even worse. Oh, look at that!
No Purify earlier, big power danger penalty zone from Luke! Dyron! An amazing response, this time not staying in lane, rotating and reacting to Luke's maneuvers.
They rotate, and Dyron with the huge counter play that was set up for success by Moreno with the stolen Glacier. But RRQ, their saving grace was Dyron with the final slash, sealing the fate of Bigetron Alpha in that little fight.
This is a fresh new game we're looking at right here. We haven't seen this strategy used or even popularized at all. The roaming mage. Like back then when I first started playing the game, I did think that a poke mage as a roamer can kind of work, but that notion has long been debunked. At least up till this moment, RRQ is still getting an okay time right here. And when it comes to neutral objectives, they, so far at least, have had better control. But they don't have really a way to shut down Supercan, who has been active in farming. Wall charge though.
Going over to Edok, doesn't have the passive, Persecutor popped in, but it's going to be dodged away from with the Tempest of Blades. Substitution tried to read the blades out super fast by Supercan as expected on the Ling though, and they claim another to equalize on the scoreboard.
Right, Iman with the recalls. Skylar not obliging as of right now. See Susujin trying his best to try and make some plays happen. Moreno though with the Netherrealm. So many big ultimates available right here. It's a fresh approach we haven't seen, right? Just give him too many ultimates to use effectively. Luke and Dyron though, having a duel right here.
Final slash. Dyron might be able to get the solo kill here. Super Luke, he calls and actually calls the bluff of that full initiation from Dyron.
Yeah, so strong from Super Luke, he's able to survive still. You can take a look at Bigetron Alpha. I mean, the layering of CC, so as the siege potential coming in from RRQ is easily avoidable with the mobilization that they have. I mean, Supercan is kind of quick with the Finch Poise, and now this time around the turtle in the hands of RRQ. Bigetron Alpha looking to call the respawn.
Final slash over, Supercan still with the Tempest of Blades, still going for it, wins out the victory battles, that's the penalty zone into the wild charge. Good another round to escape with the Frigid Glacier to disengage.
Edok
Swinging a hammer still, Luke Key with the power of nature, just trying to scout in, down with the vengeance now with Moreno still in the back line, trying to look for another realm opportunity to turn this fight around. Key with the flicker out, Dyron with the execute, so Turtle over for that kill, but it's only on to Key, and meanwhile, Iman's doing a whole lot of damage, making Skylar lose out a whole wave up top.
Maybe haven't seen the full potential right here. Dyron 1v1 with Supercan.
Whoa, going in, that's a whole lot of damage. Supercan might have to respect this, man. They're gonna go for it, Ken still! Finch Poise with the retry into the minions, and Iman in a 1v3, what? Now what is Iman for? Still there, Moreno, Netherrealm, walking forward and looking at RRQ as he forces them to recall.
Great plays back and forth right here, but look at Bigetron's gold advantage. You're seeing the value of the time wasted here. Bigetron with so much more mobility are having a much better time just being active along the map, especially with Key exposing everyone again and again. It's very easy for Bigetron to see these big ultimates, these big play attempts coming to whichever lane it was. Look at Super Luke finally getting out of the lane, trying to find more ways to be active. This Frederick, I feel like for RRQ, they are surviving really well right here, but they're not really having enough damage to trade back. I wonder if with the passing of time, with more items in their inventory, they can do better.
A lot of resources on them right now. Walks up forward, so to be member in the back line away. Look at it, John Wins almost went for it. The stamina unable to find its mark there. Now, getting rid of the HP bar. Great reaction from RRQ. Bigetron about back. He's forced to using the seal. He can hear the war cry. The kingdom in the building. Wow. An unexpected turn of events right there. Supercan. I thought he was for sure to arrive and just demolish everyone. No. And the one against the guy right here is the hell strong enough at this point.
rolling. Bigetron Alpha this time around. They're gold steps down by RRQ. Still. Still be fine. Purify fire, Iman. All good. But yeah, build.
a bit more tanks in this. Maybe people do it with the solos. Definitely not yet. Which we haven't seen in a while. And Diamond will get the base back.
Damage. Oh, and Fraser's still holding onto the penalty zone.
It's like just having a lot of damage here, but they're very happy to just get the members of Bigetron low enough and they're back. Look at Skylar!
Oh no. Engaged on right now. We're just recalling him. He didn't use the push. He's gonna go for the chase. Goes into the retribution. We're running out of the realm right now as he's able to space out. Oh, now it's into the freaking glacier. Gives him the thumbs up there. He got me good. Saman force down below. Diamond's still able to pop in the final slash. They are looking to go for the siege here. As Ling continues to push up top, they are trying to split RRQ up.
Overzealousness from both players, Moreno and both Skylar. Skylar overstepped Moreno as well. Oh, underestimates the pull on Super Ken. Again, just eyeing out a kill towards Skylar. Side lane pressure becomes real with the addition of this Ling. Now, come the late game, so far around RRQ yet to concretely create a response and solution towards this Ling.
Seems like Bigetron has really recognized the fact that RRQ wants to team fight, has a lot of team fight potential. So there's always a solution here. They try and go for a macro play, like a split push. It was the North Cup in game number 1, and game number 2 right here, it's Super Ken. 3 and 2. Now finally out-leveling Sutsujin, but with the next one being a Lord, even for RRQ, it's gonna be difficult to try and use this Lord to maybe pressure our Bigetron. Oh!
Tyron, what a play! The wild charge mid lane loop. Goes over the penalty zone, but dies instead. That's a big frigid glacier from the side of Edok again. And Masa in the midst of it all, caught on a lot of the damage. Still able to escape somehow. They lose Moreno and Luke though, and that is a big turning point for the kingdom.
Interesting. Super Ken is still available though, concealed by Key to try and find something right here. Dyron has his eyes on Super Ken, a level ahead of Sutsujin by the way, so the steal is absolutely possible. Can RRQ zone him off well enough to get this Lord?
Sutsujin's still on it. Super Ken's finding ways to actually get in there. RRQ needs to go for him. Fine Blade into the midst of it all right now. With the time of the blades, they're gonna try to go for it. Sutsujin as reliable as ever. Wow. Wins out the retreat. Oh, Moreno decides to walk up a throw. Walks him a bit too overzealous now. Purify baited out, and Man unable to go for anything more. Super Luke trapped in the final slash to bring him back, and RRQ are truly back on the board.
Questionable plays blended with good response coming from RRQ. They were stalling that Lord take. They were waiting for Super Ken to jump in to continue that, and Moreno just oversteps. That was questionable from him.
You see the grim reminder of what the utility jungle is like. You can stand there for as long as you want. Look at Super Ken though.
Wild charge, good plays the strat, actually hitting on the Super Ken. From Sutsujin locks him down! And Dyron executes him. Moreno stealing away the Appraiser's Wrath once again, able to find a taunt onto Dyron. They're stuck there right now, but look at the waves. They cannot afford to look for the fight right now. The mid lane pushing in. Up top as well, this time no Ken. Ritten's walking up, the Holy Defense proc in the mid lane. They still have a Lord up top and a wave down below. And look at that gold lead now, fully on RRQ.
There are 2 mages on the side of RRQ though, so the siege in theory can go their way very heavily. Super Ken is up in 1 second. Are they gonna try and risk it?
Holy Defense again, Keen, Chunk. Moreno in the mid lane trying to go for the clear right now. Gets 4 max covered by penalty zone in the wild charge, but it doesn't connect out to all of the members. The barrier. Great response, Dyron! Final slash to bring him back all the way. Luke's still able to survive for a bit, but Skylar takes him out. Ken's trying to look for the cut, and he does go into the mid lane, but will this be enough to save the game? The bottom lane wave going to be managed by Eman right now as Edok walks up forward. Eman going to go in with the Saman force up against the world. Positive Purify, able to escape for a pass! Eman finding a play, getting the Roger, but Sutsujin cannot chase. Meanwhile, the purple buff of RRQ will be taken away by Super Ken as he looks to go for a possible flank. Waiting in the bush right now, Rins. No, Nether Realm. Super Ken hasn't come in the ways. Will be going on to Edok, finding one, finding Super Ken finding a shutdown as Key. Walks up, great wild charge. Super Ken able to escape. The vengeance still there from Dyron. Unable to find the stun and the reset. And Bigetron Alpha recover.
Man, back and forth every single time. Both teams unwilling to admit defeat right here. RRQ has the turret advantage, but we already discussed the fact that Bigetron has a lot more ways to try and approach this game. The split push game is still available. The counter engage, we can see that. I think they're definitely going to learn from the previous fight. Look at Rins though. always so squishy, so vulnerable in this situation. With Super Ken picking up the endless battle on top of the Thunder Belt, that's a lot of burst damage available, and he has pushed up the top lane. The base turret wasn't taken, so in 10 seconds, RRQ most likely will be forced to make a very tough decision. They can't match this push power.
They're not stopping anytime soon with the fight, but yeah, Bigetron Alpha, they do have that side lane pressure always ever existent with the idea of Super Ken just being sent up top, and he has that pinch poise to reposition as fast as possible. I mean, that long flank that he was able to create with 2 kills towards Rins and Edok was courtesy of him just running to the jungles of RRQ. So RRQ, they need to be wary of this play coming in from Super Ken. But Bigetron still, they kind of lack damage when just given the control coming in from RRQ, especially Sutsujin. Knowing the fact that Fredrin was the most picked hero last season, this time it just had made his debut this time around, so it had to make its debut for a reason.
With 2 majors, there is a chance that RRQ can use the superior wave clear. But look at this, I think they're ready to let go of 1 tower to try and get a fight, but Bigetron are not biting on it.
They don't care. They have the wave to just do that, so they can continue playing the long game.
Look at the pathing from Skylar, man. He's forced to run through the base, through the safe zones as much as possible. Keep your eyes up on the Edok, though.
Oh, 1v1. 1v1 against Skylar. He has the tips of waves. Will be able to use it. Skylar, can he survive? Good nether realm. Super Ken. Now the pinch boy. Skylar with the Lycan Pounce trying to go for the chase. They baited out. Another realm. That's just another realm right now. Dyron poked down. Moreno has his own nether realm that he stole away, and Super Ken will be able to get back to a good amount of HP.
Yeah, that nether realm, of course, going to be very crucial in the next few seconds, especially this Lord now. Just hold
Paid actor
held in
Lord.
place. Yeah, it's a paid actor having to skip that barrier from Super Key. So yeah, they extend, and this time RRQ can wait for the timers. And that timer is another realm coming in from Rins. But for Moreno, he also has that nether realm of, of his as well. Again, just blocking the pathway towards the Lord.
You shall not pass. Don't pass. Gandalf Key.
And Bigetron can do this indefinitely, man. There is no reason why they can't keep going for it. By all means, though, RRQ can focus more on the clearing and more in dealing with Super Ken, because the Lord right now isn't as easily cleared. And that might be the intention here by sending Dyron top side. Look at the response from the team. Everyone's just playing this so disciplined. They know at this 15-minute mark the death timers are long. Sutsujin, though,
Actually walks up there. Does a bit of damage. I think it was Edok and Rins together too, but so annoying. This Ling always just up top, clearing, shoving, forcing RRQ to be constantly a man down. Rounding neutral objectives. Look at up top though. Dyron jumping forward, Finch poise as usual from Ken.
Not only does he's able to create that extra pressure up top and create a segue play, but he's always able to draw Skylar towards him. So that creates a fair bit of 4v4 down bottom. But then again, in talking about mobility, Super Ken is always fast with that Finch poise to reposition and rejoin that fight. So RRQ, a man down means that Bigetron can just corral them into a disadvantaged position.
RRQ's gonna go to the purple buff.
Exactly, go where you think he's gonna be, not where he's going to. Sutsujin reads the purple buff situation. Now RRQ can force a fight.
That's going all alone. Another roam still there for Rins though, while Charge connecting. But it only lands on one. Emma on the back line though, dealing a lot of damage on the timer. And Super Loop doing the same as well. Sutsujin might use Directory here, and he gets it. The Retribution used up, but Super Ken, now with the Retri advantage, actually starts up the Lord. They want to go for it. Was that enough for RRQ to win a fight?
The call there from Super Ken trying to force the Lord there. They go with the exchange.
Sutsujin already very low. Doesn't have the Retribution. That's a good realm there to save them, but it's another realm now responded over with as well. Zaman still on the Zaman Force, dashing back and forth. Super Luke taken down. The push stampede over. Key is next in the chopping block. Super Ken still no purple buff. Retribution up in 8 seconds. They can't go for it. Ken with the big poise canceled out, finding Dyron. But that's about it. That's all he can find. Moreno frozen and taken out. Now it's just Zaman. Who was there in the bush? Synchro Vision, Zaman Force used up, dodging away from the stun, getting the passive, jumping back again! Eman! Winning out in a 2v1 and saving the game, perhaps. Oh, Lycan Pounce, so Skylar! Great timing on the Lycan Pounce to find it, and now it should be a Lord for RRQ.
The Terminator kneels down to the Crown Prince. Thankfully, RRQ, they still prevailed. Eman posed a huge threat, but this time RRQ, they're on the front foot of this game.
Oh man, it's an insane decision coming in from RRQ. They use the Retribution to deny the purple buff, By doing so, they deny Superken the resources to make the split push play. And then right there, Bigetron understood that, goes for a fight to try and force RRQ to maybe panic on the Lord take, but RRQ don't bite on it. And finally, that team fight advantage we're talking about with 2 mages, 2 AoE sources, paid off. Now with the Lord, in theory, they shouldn't worry about the split push. They should be able to force Bigetron to a 5v5 where they have an advantage. Bigetron are the ones who have to try and play a mind game right here.
Oh,
Whoa.
Superken, it's so scary. He has the Finch Voice, but Setsujin is going towards him.
Yeah, he used the Finch Voice already. Setsujin actually winning out of this 1v1, forcing the Retribution, and Superken does a bit of damage again. He's actually able to split
Siege
RRQ up. There's a big Lord though in the mid lane, and Superken's gonna be frozen away. Drop back with a final slash and taken out. Great pickoff now. Superken might have to just recall and join the team. RRQ still using Academy in the bottom lane. Superken was not able to fully clear out the waves, and Superken looks for the flank here. The Enhanced Lord is already on the base. 18 minutes in, Superken with the flank right now. Savant Force gets popped in. The top of the blaze used up as another round comes out to save RRQ. Iman jumping back and forth. Skylar losing a lot of HP. Iman finding the window to go for the kill in the midst of that fight.
Iman has always been the foundation to try to hold Bigetron in place. Superken witch hunted by the kingdom. He's gonna be fine. The Finch Voice, always so mobile with it.
An insane play by Iman right there. Barely getting in range for it. Now with a man down, RRQ needs to be very careful here. They need to back away. They should know they don't have enough damage per second. They don't have the marksman that will be hitting so far. Let's look at the items right here before the next Train of Events starts. Has claws for Superken. He has sustain right here. In a duel against Setsujin, I don't think it's clear that he's going to be losing. He might be able to come out on top right there. With the Malefic Roar as well as the Berserker's Fury. Way too much damage. Same thing can be said for Iman there. Holy Crystal, Divine Glaive as well. You're seeing where the damage is coming from. And not a lot of respect defensive items by both Rins and Edok. They're purely relying on Dairon and Setsujin to try and give them the protection they need. Super Luke though, not mobile.
DPZ. Oh. 2 big resources, Flicker and Penalty Zone.
Yeah.
Ken had to retreat.
That's 2 resourceful things that he had to blow away. And yeah, again, connecting toward what you said, Arashi. The fact that Edok is going like a full mage build means that RRQ also have that extra damage that they need, the burst, to just cut down to the players of Bigetron Alpha. But then again, RRQ with the Netherrealm has always been such a menace, such a pesky task for Bigetron Alpha to face. So Moreno can just copy that ultimate and maybe use it for himself. But the timing needs to be right. It has been done, proven time and time again that it could work. But for RRQ to have the front foot with that ultimate usage means they have and they can dictate the tempo when it comes to the team fights coming in from Bigetron Alpha. Yet again, Superken trying to work away with the side lanes. But RRQ has been responding to clearing it very, very fast.
And that's because their jungler, the fact that there's not enough burst damage technically in the hands of Bigetron to really immediately delete Setsujin. So he can really move forward right here, and with the protection, with the potential to counter-engage and the Netherrealm, they're just doing a good job. They're setting up a net right here to trap Superken. They might close in on him.
Uh-oh, Superken again on the blacklist of the players of RRQ. He's gonna run away, parkour!
Oh! Purple buff though is going to be up in a pit. Bigetron have already done
The Lord?
half of the HP over the Lord. Now it comes down to Retribution. Who's it going to be? It's going to charge over. Steals it away. Rins gets rid of Superken and Dairon finds a massive final slash. Luke jumps over the penalty zone. Moreno all by isolated key. Red out on that bush now loses his immortality as Luke is actually able to dish out some damage over to Adolf, but he's only just a roamer right now as Iman is left to defend all alone. Does he have Iman for it? Does he have enough resources? No, he does not! RRQ Hoshi equalize, and we will get game number 3 under our belt.
The Kingdom continue their rebuild with one of their prodigies in the front foot, Edok, with the seal and the closure coming in. They come charging, and the red robots, they need to